Such a good morning. Every one of you. It's given me a pleasure to be here this morning to bring encouraging words. You will ask me late yesterday, I think, to come and bring some motivating words. And so that's what I'm going to try to do, to motivate you, to encourage you. Thank you for having me here. When they were singing the song, I realized a lot of the song needed leadership. And so I'm guessing that one of the strengths in this seminar is your leaders. And I want to tell you teachers that you are leaders. You know, I didn't know the last song. I didn't know the version of the last song. And I realized all the teachers, foreign teachers were singing it. But at least these three principals here were keeping time. But it's good to be here, and I am asking you, okay? So, you want to tell me again 5 minutes, somebody please keep time. But I'm trying to go for 5 minutes. Okay, I have sort of labeled my talk here as more motivated to work. There are three very vital components nations around the world is trying to achieve or reach. Number one, national security. Number two, health. And the third one, excellent education. In spite of the fact that these three are important, there's one that takes prominence and rivals the other. Education. This is the most fundamental and essential element to be had in any civilized, distinguished, or noble society. Nothing can be accomplished without of education. Now I know a lot of times we've often hear a person said, or there's a rivalry between education and common sense. But how can you have one without the other? Because if you have common sense, you would get education. If you have education, you must have had some common sense. Well, that is for debate. In our country today, the government is spending $1.5 billion plus every year to educate its people. Whether it's technical, vocational, or here comes this word, tertiary. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm struggling with incidents like this now. This Ministry of Education, as we know it, gets the lion's share or the bulk of the annual budget. Why? Because government and leaders are cognizant and aware of the gravity of education. Education is the act or process of imparting or acquiring general knowledge, skills, or trade. But if one wants to acquire knowledge, skills, or trade, then one must be willing to learn. And if one is willing to learn, the only savior for that soul is the teacher. Let me encourage you, teachers. First, to begin with, your task is critical and involves skillful judgment. You must be incisive, sharp, and have a keen sense of understanding, which I know you do. You're not only an educator, but you're teaching education. That's moving, I'll repeat it. You're not only an educator, or you're not only an You're not only an educator, but you are teaching education. And that's moving. You are that very special spinal column, affixed and embedded in the backbone of this nation. What we do depends on you. All the greatest of the greats, doctors, lawyers, astronauts, scientists, etc., they all initially started in the face, or they all initially stand in the face of a teacher. Teachers are not just another profession or career. You are the one, the initiating one, the profession that commences and jump-started all other professions. So we position and place you at the pinnacle and summit of all our very existence and achievement. I know your challenges are great in this day and age that we live in. Now that times have changed, your challenges are great. But let me leave this with you. Never feel less than, because you are more than. Never feel like you're going to break, because you've got what it takes. Some might think you are less. We know you are the best. Never mind what they say. Proceed forward the right way. 2 Corinthians 4:8 says, trouble on every side, yet not distressed. Perplexed, but you're not in despair. Persecuted, not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. I want to encourage you. Keep trusting in God. You will get your reward. Be encouraged.